You find yourself looking for a calendar, but it's just not manly enough. That's too basic. I don't want my friends to think I'm gay when they come over. We are not going back there again. Did you see his calendar? The one calendar Kenworth never made. Whoa, not that manly. That's pretty cool. Would be cool to make a logging calendar. Yo, this is pretty dope. Now you can get yourself 12 months of C500. It's the sickest calendar ever built. Pick it up today, fourth wall. Link in the description below. Thanks for the support. Now back to the show.
I look the other way. I don't see how it's got anything to do with me. Oh, hurry, I need my beat. At any expense, it doesn't make sense, but every cell in my body.
What's up? 6:30. Just going by McKay turnoff here, also known as No Jack is on the other side of the road. What are we doing today? Is this is probably right in your face, isn't it? Suck it up. This is trucking. Just kidding. I haven't perfected any views yet. Inside the cab doing this. Coffee. Just woke up. Like, okay. It's been 30 minutes. What are we doing today? We're gonna go out here. We're just gonna grab a Pizzo excavator, and then we gotta grab an 80 cuber bin. We're just going down the Granada, Vermilion, Tyne Express. Then scoop that stuff up, just location moving them for them. They're going over Cynthia, down the Whitecap to like kilometer 9. You shoot straight off the 9 corner in there. There's lack of signs of what the roads actually are called. So 6 to 21 for the first bit, and then there's something about some T-Max, but I'm like, there's no sign. So I don't know. Whatevs. Safety first. Lots of signs saying what roads you're on and what road channels. I used to work at a tree farm in No Jack for a guy. It was actually a buddy's a high school buddy of mine. His uncle had a tree farm just out here in No Jack. And we used to go all over the place in that thing. He had a Ford 9000. It was a pretty cool truck, actually. By Ford standards, it was the one. You know, I don't know if it was just slightly. It had a huge bunk, windows. I don't think I have a picture. Maybe I have a picture. Before I started taking any pictures, I got some pictures of us 4-buying in the fields and being stocked. The No Jack Hotel, we used to frequent there all the time. They had a pool table, they had alcohol, and they had a restaurant. Sad to see that it actually burned down, but I could just think that maybe someone burned it down for insurance purposes because it was failing. Of course, it was pretty old. But at the time, when I was a teenager hanging out at the No Jack bar, when I would have been freshly I would have been fresh 18, I think, at the time. We would cause shit. We would take the farm truck, which was a regular cab, long box Dodge, was like an 85 or something, and it had the big 360 in it. Single tire fire. How do I know? We used to. I put that thing through the barbed wire fence. I was doing donuts in front of the hotel one night. Like, came out of the parking lot doing donuts, shot off down into the cattails, and I was like, holy fuck, I'm never gonna get out of here. It came out. It's only 2-wheel drive, I think. And at the same time, I had my 88 4x4 318. I could not light the tires up on that thing. It would squeal if I turned really sharp left or right. That's about it. Only because it had 33s. But yeah, just driving by there right now. Yeah, got some memories up in here. Pat Grunland. You guys, if anybody knows the area, that was my buddy's uncle. He had a sweet ass log house back there. But the kids got the double wide. I spent a lot of hungover mornings there. And a bunch of my buddies worked the drilling rigs. They would come back to the double wide while me and one of my other buddies, we worked the tree farm, smoking pot. Not quite hippie-ish, but hey, you know what I mean. He'd let me drive. I didn't have air brakes or nothing. And he was just like, here, you drive. I'm like, oh. Because I would drive it around the yard. We'd go out. If he would drive the tractor or the skid steer, and I'd follow him in the truck, and we would dig trees, plant them in the baskets, put them on the back of the truck, and then we'd go. Like, he had contracts with pretty good spots. Like, we would go to Banff, we'd go to Jasper, we did a lot of work around Edson and Hinton, residential stuff. Good times. He always called me Cage. I don't know why. At the time, he thought I was like a lot less like Nicolas Cage. I was just like, cool. So he always called me Cage. Hilarious. I don't know what happened. I seen that log house was up for auction through the Rimby auction. Is it Mitchner Allen? I think. Whatever ones. There's too many Allens, Mitchners, and it's mixed, and it's Osman, Allen, Mitchner, whatever. Because I go on there from time to time to look at cars, and I recognized the log house. I was just like, shit, I'm like, the log house is up for auction. So I'm like, I've seen them. Like, I haven't seen them. Like, okay, sorry, let me rephrase that. I've seen them from time to time, but we never talked. I always wanted to stop in there. Fuck, how many times do I got this story of, man, I wish I'd stop in there and say hi to somebody, and then they're not there anymore. Like, I don't know if he passed away. I just assume, because why else would the log house be up for auction? And he was the kind of guy that he would never give it up and move into the city, unless his health got bad or something. But yeah, I don't know. Don't know what happened to him. I gotta ask my buddy. I don't talk to him that much. He's in the Yukon. He's trucking in the Yukon, living the dream that I wanted to have. Damn it, fudge, you asshole. Okay, well, let's go out here, grab this stuff. Enough yammering, and hopefully it's supposed to rain today, but it doesn't look like it's gonna rain at all. So, man. big square blue box. That's the load I flopped. There's no video about it. Well, maybe there is, but we're not allowed to show it, so. Which is understandable. I've explained it already once or twice. Some shit happened about some shit. I made a post about it on Facebook group. You can dig for it there. That was July 1st. Or, yeah, was it? June 30th. That square box. It hates me. There's our load. I think. I don't know. Which way do we want to come in here? That might not be it. Doesn't say Sage Link on it. Usually they do. I doubt it's on site, but we'll go into site and sign in and circles around and stuff. Oh. Well, it looks like they definitely got a...
Lowboy One Time Express.
Huh. Definitely got a new trailer out of the deal. RGN. Which before they had like, it was a stiff neck. But it was like a V-frame. So I figure, I'm not saying that that's what caused the accident or anything, but it was a pretty flimsy trailer. So we had a little bit of lean. A little bit of mud, a little bit of... There was a lot of things. But yes, I took full blame. Responsibility. And that whole thing sits on a trailer. Pins on the back. Know where to go here. I probably didn't even want to come in here, but whatever. We're in here now.
Empty Lowboy 2 Time Express.
1.0 is coming up behind me. Into house. So he's gonna grab bins. The whole guy is still cleaning out his trash, so I'll go over here. I gotta fix my winch line. Dude, it looks like that's like looks like an ATK trailer. I wonder if they... No, it's definitely... It looks like an ATK 24 low RGN, which I kind of like them, but in the same sense, I don't like them. It's nice for when you got to set down. Give you a shot when I go to back up. Yeah, 24 RGN 01. It's a lot like Raylan's. It's totally ATK. I can see by the colors. Stellar? Yeah, Stellar. 24 RGN. Looks like they got a whole new trailer. Well, it's not new, but if it's ATK, the last couple of years, it can't be that old. On oil field standards, it's pretty new. Yeah, I was talking to the piston guy, and he's like, well, we haven't got the outside wall replaced yet, but they fixed everything on the...
There's some guy go off on the radio about when we were kids, how we crank up garden hose out of the tap, out of the hose bits everywhere, not out of balls, and it's so true, right? Oh, I remember when hose water tastes like.
Got her fixed enough to send her to work, kind of thing. Got to kind of put down the legs and re-spool my line because I got it all shitty. So that rig pins on the back. And so the crank can lay it down without having something to tail it. And yeah, this is, maybe this is an Element, but this looks ATK, right? To me? I guess not if it's Edmonton trailer. If it was ATK, it would have been an option, but that's ATK colors. Right, pretty beefy unit. That's definitely got way more beef to it than the one we used. The other one, I have a couple pictures of the bottom. I know it's a gay way of doing it, but it's got to be spooled.
word. No, in 2 hours and now we said it all. You know we don't wanna fall in love again. Oh no, just think about what we did. It never worked, no. Tonight, I can tell you don't care. You always know how to get me sentimental. You always say the right things, like you're pushing me away, then you pull me back in. Like I'm your lady, but then you just stop trying. You push away, then when I go all in, like you afraid of what might happen if you're trying. I'm already done with this game, so I might just be honest with that. I'm pushing you away, then you pull me back in. Like I'm your lady, but then you just stop trying. Then you just stop trying. Two nights and you think you know me now. 2 seconds and I might just throw you out. Cause I remember everything you did and everything I became out of like a no. So why are you doing this tonight? You always know how to get me sentimental. You always say the right things, like you're pushing me away, then you pull me back in. Like I'm your lady, but then you just stop trying. You push away, then when I go all in, like you afraid of what might happen if you're trying. I'm already done with this game, so I might just be honest with that. I'm pushing you away, then you pull me back in. Like I'm your lady, but then you just stop trying. Then you just stop trying. Always say the right things, like you're pushing me away, then you pull me back in. Like I'm your lady, but then you just stop trying. You push away, then when I go all in, like you afraid of what might happen if you're trying. I'm already done with this game, so I might just be honest with that. I'm pushing you away, then you pull me back in. Like I'm your lady, but then you just stop trying. Then you just stop trying.
You like it so far?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's been real nice.
Well, that's because you have big jugs.
Need a wheeler. Almost had to double line it. Man, the things they ask of you some days. He's like, there's a little bit in it.
Couple loaded low boys getting on the Lieutenant Express at 4 and a bit.
Oh, so sweaty. Yeah, old K1 rolls even more coal now. I'm just like, oh, jealous. Just chooch. It could be part of the chooch-a-thon. I cannot be part of the chooch-a-thon. Me and Darcy, we got like, so Darcy drives the white and gray bed truck that's always just a scream. It doesn't have a lot of, it has probably more than I got, but I don't know if we can do something about that. I'd be like, hey man, we do have to get this tune checked out, so, you know, more coal equals just less efficient. So I don't know. You know, I'd like a little bit, but every guy that loves trucking is in it for two reasons. Okay, maybe three. The truck, rolling coal, Jake brakes. That's the shiz right there. That's the three ingredients that make a guy happy. Happy. Like Duck Dynasty, you gotta blow a little bit of smoke in her face and she's happy when he was hunting the bees, getting the honey. Alright, to the new end. got fire extinguishers?
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
Fuck, eh?
Fucking A.
Had to wash it, you know it. They'd have found some stuff they got at the car wash. I don't know what the visor looks like. I didn't scrub the visor. But it's like bug be gone. That shit works, man. Took the stuff off the stacks almost just by pressure washing. I definitely got some rough spots on that stack though. But that's the one that only was hooked up from factory, right? And then when we got this truck, we hooked up the other side, so it spent its first 7,000 hours without any heat going through it. Yeah. Whatever they got, I gotta try to find it, and I'm gonna get me some because it took that shit right off. Usually I gotta scrub the piss out of all this stuff to get the bugs off. Like, literally. Look at that. It's like spotless. I did lightly scrub that after, but even on all this white, usually I gotta scrub the hell out of it. I just sprayed that stuff on, and it took the bugs off mud flaps, bumper, all this stuff. Just like, I'm so used to always scrubbing it that I just gave it a light scrub. Yeah, I got to get some of that stuff. He went. I'm like, what is this stuff? Because it's like $14 for just like a regular spray bottle. I kept the spray bottle, so maybe it's a win. Yeah, came pretty clean, so it's freaking getting a CVIP. So now it's down again. Yeah, end of this month, which is today for me. You guys, it'll be like 3 weeks into the next month. Get her washed. Puckboard seems to be holding. You know what would help is have something stiff bolted on the bottom side from here to here, so the gap wasn't so big. I don't know. I'm about to give up. But I like just build steel ones, put them on. If they get fucked up, fuck it. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one. Peace.